Are you serious? This is the most ridiculous story I have ever seen. Now, come on. Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to my channel. So happy to be here today with you. Now, I was just scrolling through stories, on Yahoo. And one of the stories was, this is so ridiculous. 13 times Meghan Markle seriously bundled up. Now, how is that a story? Y'all just trying to catch stuff now. Y'all just like, oh, coat. Let's do a story on a coat, how she bundles up. Really? You gonna do a story about the times Meghan Markle is wearing a coat? She is not all that special. Now look, if the coat was worn by my Princess Diana and it was gifted to a charity and the charity got so much money from that coat, then you have a story. But just telling us when Meghan Markle bundled up in a coat, that ain't a story. You know why it's not a story? Because she is not all that important to understand when she wore a coat. That is the most ridiculous trying to catch a story if I ain't seen one. Now, come on now. Really? So then they've got these pictures of her, just someone's taking pictures of her. And you know, she's sitting there, standing there, you know, knowing that they're taking pictures of her when she's wearing a coat, whatever. They're just talking about the date that she wore the coat, where she was at, the temperature, the low temperature, and bundle level. 1, 2, or 3 snowmen. Are you serious? Who is going to read that story and think, I learned something today? I've looked at the different times that Meghan Markle wore a coat. So I kept looking through stories, and then I saw something that was actually better, more important, and a relevant story, because you can just look at the PR agencies. They're just trying to find ways to put her in the news to keep her relevant. And that's, at this point, it's just about, well, what the girl wearing now? What's she wearing? Can we make a story out of it? Because there's really nothing of substance that you can talk about with her. You got to make it something that's completely just off the chart, just kind of stupid to just talk about her wearing a coat. So I looked at this story that said Prince William made a sweet promise to Kate Middleton before their royal wedding. Now that is a story, because I'm thinking, well, what did he promise her? Like, what did he say? I want to know. So I went through and I started reading it, and I'm like, oh, wow. And then I was thinking, Meghan and Harry and Meghan could have learned a lot from understanding what Prince William did before his wedding. And the reason why we have the problems and the issues that we do have with Harry and his wife, his bride, is because this is a mindset of a couple that thinks they know everything. They think they know what they need to know. They got good examples right there in their own family, you see. And if you had people who were somewhat humbled in their presentation of the public as they present themselves on this world stage, they would halfway understand, well, what can we learn from people who are older than us, who are going to be who have been groomed to be the king and the queen consort? You know, what can we learn from them being the second best? That is what a humbled person would do. And this is how Harry and Meghan would have presented themselves had they really wanted to be the best version of themselves. They would have looked at the examples that they already have to see how they can be, you know, better. But they're off the charts doing them, making all kinds of mistakes, mind you. People are not interested in them. They put them on the cover. People are not buying the magazines. They are in a real crisis. And this is why you get these stupid stories about, you know, when Meghan bundled up. PR company, they're just like earning their paycheck. Okay, we're going to write about this today. She's wearing a coat. Let's make them snowmans 1, 2, and 3, depending on how cold it was. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Going back to the story about William and Kate. So this is how it goes, and there's a lot of teachable moments within this story that I'm going to address. So when normal people marry into the royal family, they have to make a lot of compromises. And for many, that meant losing a lot of their time with their own families, right? So Prince William made sure that this wouldn't be the case for his wife, Kate Middleton. However, he promised her before their wedding that she wouldn't have to give up her family to join his. That's just beautiful, because this is William thinking about Kate's family, thinking about the relationship that, Kate has already with her family. Red flag for Harry. Girl ain't got a family. Girl ain't even got a family. She don't have no relationships with family. That's a red flag right there. Harry could have seen, and Prince William, he saw the red flags. This is why he advised Harry when he did. But I think that's very admirable of Prince William to say that to Kate, because it is a big compromise to marry someone so high profile. You could lose your whole self in his family. But he made that promise to her. So that says a lot about Prince William's character going on. He promised her that they'd always stay a part of the family, and that they have done. He promised her that they'd always stay a part of the family, and they have done. That's some bad writing there. That's not a good sentence. Whether it's joining the Queen at Ascot or being on an important barge within the Queen's fleet at the Diamond Jubilee celebrations, they've been there. Okay, so marriage is all about compromises, no matter who you are. That's right, Meghan Markle. It's about compromises. And this is why Meghan's marriage is going to fail. She can't compromise because it's all about her. She can't see to put herself last or second, because she's like me all day long. It's about me, and if you can't humble yourself to think, okay, well, maybe it's not about me. Let me just, step back and go do y'all. Go ahead. We back here, me and Harry, we back here, but y'all do y'all. We compromising. We humbling ourselves because we're a family. And we're to work together. But see, she can't do that. And Harry, he's an enabler. So he's just, no, it's just not going to work, right? So that's a good point. However, you usually have to make more compromises than the average person. When Prince William and Kate Middleton tied the knot, however, they'd agreed that she wouldn't have to give up everything about her family traditions just because she was joining the firm. A royal correspondent and biographer, Kate Nichol, explained the agreement that Will and Kate made to guarantee she would still have plenty of time with the Middleton family after their wedding. To me, Prince William is showing the husband that he is. When you can say to your wife, it's not all about me, my love. I love you. But it's not all about me. It's about you and your family and your needs. Then you can appreciate a man that would do that. And then a woman who would humbly accept that as, yes, my love, thank you. She wasn't, like, now look, I'm going to go be with my family, Mr. Prince William. You can't be telling me that I got to go be with you and the Queen all the time, because I have my family traditions too. Kate wasn't doing that. Kate knows how to humble herself. Kate knows how to follow the rules. Kate knows the position in which she has married into. And this is why, my friends, Miss Meghan Markle, she is not going to fare well in her new Hollywood getup, because she is out there being pretentious, egotistical. She hasn't learned to humble herself and to see that it's not all about her. And she's going to try to create a whirlwind where I'm going to make it look like it's all about the people, but secretly it's all about me, because we get it. We're not stupid. We smart. Okay. So I just wanted to say I appreciate this story about William and Kate, and to see how you can learn from a couple that is doing it right. that is listening. And I'm sure there have been times with Kate where she was like, I don't feel it. I don't feel it today. I want to go do me today, or whatever it is. But you don't know it. You look at her and she puts her face on. She's out there serving the people. Because here is the thing. When you are so privileged to be able to live the life that you live as a royal, and for people to allow you that pay your salary, the least you can do is to go out there and serve the people humbly and to support causes that help people who are underserved or disadvantaged or whatever it is. That is the least you can do. And what is so sad is that Harry allowed his wife to set the tone, to say, we're going to move to California and we're going to leave the royal family in which you agreed to marry into to go do your own thing, which just shows all the selfishness. So I can appreciate it when we have a good example. It's one thing to have the bad example of Harry and all the wrong things that he is doing and his wife, but to really have a good example of a king, to be soon. I hope we do a skip over, we skip over Charles and go straight to William, because like I said before with Prince Charles, he just is up. Time is up. I think Camilla is going to get a lot of backlash. They shouldn't even want to be next in line, because after this whole thing with the Windsors, the comedy show, the satire, it just is ruining the reputation of Camilla and Charles, because people are like thinking that that's just how they really are. Although we know it's kind of the truth in a very funny roundabout kind of way. But people are taking that serious. They looking at Camilla like, ooh, Camilla, you wrong. You wrong, Camilla. Like, and Camilla, she probably just like sees that show and can't believe it. So people are really going to get on her if she's out in public, especially with this show, The Windsor. They should not just go live your life in luxury. You don't even go be with your boo. Y'all wanted to be together so much. Y'all finally together, legally married. Go off into Switzerland or wherever and live a great, comfortable life. Don't become the next king and queen consort. Y'all don't really deserve it, in my opinion. And maybe some of you don't think that that's okay. Maybe you think they should be the next in line because of I've seen some of the replies in my comments about it's a legal thing. It's how it's written. It has to be that way. But Prince Charles wanted to abdicate. If he wanted to say, no, I'm going to give it to my son, he could do that, because Prince Edward did that. So I think for their own their own mental health and well-being, they should just like skip on by us and take William and Kate, because aren't they just, you look at them and they're just like the couple. They are so pleasant to watch. And I love that one video of William when he was dancing, he looked so cute, and he's got privilege, but you can see it doesn't go to his head. And you can see his wife is like, yes, my love, whatever you want, my love. Like, she's there to follow the rules and to do it. So how can you not like Kate when she's doing everything that she's supposed to do? So you have a good example. Let's go with that good example, and let's just let other people just go off to the wayside, because with this show, The Windsors, I think it's going to do them harm to be out in the public. That's just what I think. That's just my opinion. Okay. All right. So with that said, I just wanted to say that as a story, and to also let you guys know I'm going to be doing a contest. Well, this is what I'm going to do. Hear me out, you guys. Hear me out. So the next video that I post, it is going to have the key word in it. And the key word in my next post is going to be blueberries are blue. Okay, I just thought of that off the top of my head. Just blueberries are blue. Now I'm going to say that in my next video. And the first person that makes a comment after hearing me say that in my next video is going to win a t-shirt. I have some merch, and I'm going to do some more merch. This is what I have so far, and I'm going to give it to whoever makes a comment about the word or the phrase blueberries are blue in my next video. When you hear me say it, be the first person to comment and you will be the winner. Okay? Okay. All right, you guys, until next time, peace and love. I love you all. Bye-bye.